back, dear viewers. As COP29 summit is taking place, many goals need to be achieved as the climate change is taking rapid changes, but we need to tackle all of this. How is this going to be put into action? This is what we're going to know with Dr. Gamal Qalyubi, the Professor of Energy and Petroleum Engineering. Good morning, Dr. Gamal.
Good morning.
It is my absolute pleasure interviewing you in the breakfast show. First of all, my question is, how do you see the COP29 summit? What is its importance and what messages is it sending to the whole world?
Well, the COP29 is coming in a different conditions, and very specifically that now the world is suffered from a lot of negative side effects of the weather, and it's dedicated specifically for increasing the temperature, which reflected in everything in a condition. And that time, COP29 coming with focusing on together to move to the green world. And the green world topics, which has a lot of conditions. One of that main condition is increasing the focusing on sustainable energy and green hydrogen. The second thing for that COP is very concentrated on the budgetary of the collected and the collected money which need to deliver for improving the negative effects of the weather, specifically for dedicated areas in Middle East, Africa, and north of Asia. So all these three main conditions which are coming up of the base of COP29 and the effectiveness of a lot of negotiation will come up across 198 countries. The main topics is deliver the world to the green energy.
Yes, Dr. Gamal, regarding COP29 summit, it was also discussed the carbon emissions and their reduction. Would you please elaborate more what approaches or moves taken by the countries to achieve this goal?
I think that's experimentally the main also topics in the agenda. How that the country has very good experiences to deliver the transition of reducing the carbon dioxide emissions, and also how that countries effectively can deliver a good message and good experiences to handle that one by another countries. The second thing also, it's a part of decarbonization, because you know well that there is also now industry come up in the future how they can tackling the carbon liquefied and they try to repump it inside the earth. That's such of techniques, and the industry is very expensively, but some certain countries in the world now succeed to deal with such experiences of decarbonization. Also, the third part is related to how a lot of countries focusing now to reduce green hydrogens in a way that they use it in an economy way and improve their target of energy or green energy in a proper way.
Yes, Dr. Gamal, but also after the failure of developed countries to fulfill their previous pledge to provide $100 billion annually to developing countries to help adapt to the effects of climate change, what is the alternative? How can we tackle the rapid climate changes with the failure of these countries to achieve their goal?
Honestly, there is no target for that one, because if you deliver back what they agreed and what kind of conclusion agreed for both COP27 in Cairo and COP28, which happened in Emirates, you will find that all the obstacles is come up from where they can bring the budget and the money to focusing on the target and improving their solution, which had been discussed, and a lot of suggestions, a lot of assumptions, a lot also of recommendations. So all that such condition cannot be lead or fulfill the requirements for the future unless there is a supplying or a supplier to deliver the money. And we don't believe very much that a lot of countries have very positively role, like the portion of Europe countries, the portion also of Arab countries, the portion of African countries. So all that such activities of all that inclusively three classification of areas which can help to improve and support the targets of COP29 to reach to a solution for the budget and how we can build the collection money they're looking for.
Yes, Dr. Gamal, thank you for raising this very important point, and this brings me to ask you, how can the private sector and their contribution in the process would enhance or facilitate more outcomes of COP29 summit, or in general facilitates the achievement of the goals to tackle rapid climate change?
Well, it's a good question for that one. You know, well, that 60% of the total inclusively in the world had been focused on the private section investment. So now, how we can encourage? That's the main target in COP29. That how they can now to use the experiences of the private section, specifically for very culture countries. They have a very good approach, experimentally applied such different kind of sustainable energy, and how the effectiveness of the private section to improve and develop that part in their own activities. For that reason, there is a lot of discussion around tables. Also, there is a lot of papers. Also, there is a lot of countries will deliver their experiences through the private section, and how the private section leads the develops in their countries, and how they add value to improve the sustainable energies, the going of that economy to be green economy. Also, how the private section facilitates the budget to hold a mega project in these countries, and how it succeeds.
Of course, Dr. Gamal. Also, it is very important to ask about the possible departure of U.S. from Paris Agreement. In your point of view, how can this affect the outcomes of COP29 summit?
I think that you highlighted now a very significant point, and the fears, a lot of fears regarding the behavior of the United States, which happened in weather agreement in Paris 2015. I think that the condition may be changed, and I think that the decision now for the world is not specifically the situation of the feedback and reaction of the state in 2015. I think that will be completely different. Completely different because first that the United States itself that suffered from
Dr. Gamal, I'm so sorry for this interruption, but now we are watching the events that are taking place in COP29 summit. Thank you so much, Dr. Gamal Qalyubi, the Professor of Energy and Petroleum Engineering, and now we follow the event.
Of our active role on